So, in videos I've seen doing this exact thing, showing you how to get every single item in Boneworks, they're usually pretty cut together, and so that makes it tough to actually trace yourself and figure out where the items actually are. So usually it seems like they're taken from 100% run or something like that. Whereas the difference with these videos will be that I will be going through every single item in the game, but I will be starting at the main menu every time. So you can actually follow along with me to every destination, opposed to guessing where in a level someone is at the time or any nonsense like that. You don't have to use that ramp, by the way. For any of you who are new to Boneworks, let me show you a faster, well, not faster, but an easier way. Is you just go up here and you grab onto this rope and it just pulls you up. You can practice your climbing, obviously, but yeah, the rope is the easiest. And don't be intimidated by how much I'm jumping or what have you. Sorry. Let me check. Okay, so currently we are doing sledgehammer. So I'm going to skip the coffee cup there. Whoop. Oh, also, how I do it is I usually step on this button long enough, wait for it to go up to this white marker, and then I just run across. But otherwise, if you want to keep it down, then just drag this over here and it stays up permanently. Kind of like a portal, what do you call it? Portal puzzle. And then up here, so there is the elevator over here. I generally like going up here though. Oh, I needed to do that first. Okay, so all you need to do is just pull this blue thing that shoots up. You can jump up these, or honestly, you don't even need to jump. You can just kind of mount with your arms and get up these. So that's not that tough. And then you can just walk here. Now this is the one kind of tougher part, is you'll have to do a really good jump here. So forward, jump, arms, and you'll be in. If you want to do it the other way, yeah, so if you're here, you can climb here. Because I know back in the day I was not good at jumping at all, but I was pretty good at climbing. So you can do here, go over, land, make sure you're really over to the left there, or of course you could just walk in real life over to the side if you have the space. Step on here, pull this over, and then go up again. And sometimes I get these stairs, sometimes I don't. Now you have a nice ramp, and if you go fast enough, you'll just land there, and I think you can just run onto here as well. Yep. And then just run onto here, and keep your arms out just in case, that way you can mount. Just like that. And here we go. Okay. So, sledgehammer is over there, but yeah, it's over here as well. So there is a hidden room at the start of, what do you call it, at the start of museum here, that has a sledgehammer, but I'd rather open this up anyway. So this is where you're going to find most of the items in the game. So if you're missing one, definitely check here first. So we are looking for sledgehammer, and there we go. So we can just go back and put this in. So remember that the moment that any item touches a reclamation bin, it is automatically saved. So there we go. Okay, so the next melee is shovel. So we are going to be going to runoff this time, not museum, because shovel is actually at the end of the level, just as you're about to meet the spinny blade thing at the very end. If you haven't gone through all Boneworks, that's totally fine. I'm just referencing it because why not? So I'm going to go my weird backwards speedrunner way first, and then I'm going to show you where you can just go through normally to get to where the shovel is. Wait for it to load in. Perfect timing. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I need to do anything. Oh, I guess I do. So yeah, let me go through here. That was close. If you run fast enough, you can get through to this other side. Then that button leaves it open. Can ignore all these guys. Don't need this jump, but it does save a couple of seconds. Down here, down here. Good old puzzle room. Please don't shoot the buttons, because that'll kind of ruin the puzzle. Oh no. Whip. There we go. Then, yeah, no, I'm doing this backwards, aren't I? No, I'm fine. This is legitimately a faster way to do it. I can go up here, and then here's where the pipe is. So there's a jump here that allows you to go out of bounds-ish up there, which will allow us to get to the shovel much more quickly. So down here, if you go through the normal way, you'll find a... You know what? I'll just do that on the second run through. Oh, and this guy. This guy always shoots at me when I try this jump, so there are actual climbable points here. If you climb here, up here, and then... Okay, that was a good jump. That is a tough jump, absolutely, but it is worth it, because you can get up here, and then it's just a pretty long sprint back here to the end of the level. If you've seen 100% speed, or actually any percent speed runs, I guess, of runoff, you've probably seen back here, and absolutely 100% runs, because this shortcut is really nice. And we are coming up on the building right now. It is this square black one. This one does have a hitbox, interestingly enough, but this black one does not. And I'll do this later, but if you're missing, what do you call it? Spear? Spear is found in that Boneworks box. So, we're to here where you slide down. Okay, here. So, right here, shovel leaning against this little barrel. There's your shovel. Might as well hold on to it. It's not a great weapon, but it's okay. If you point it like this, it's pretty good at killing enemies. Okay. And then the nearest reclamation bin is just the one at the end of the level. So let's go down here. Also, with the 100% run, I saw that things were pretty bright on the editing side. And then I looked at them on YouTube and they were pretty dark. So I really hope that everything is bright enough for you guys. Otherwise, this has kind of been fruitless if you can't follow along super well. But yeah, right up here, this reclamation bin. And that is shovel. So you might remember that I said, hey, I'll do a normal runoff for the shovel, and then I completely forgot. So this is the normal way to get to the shovel. No fancy speedrunner tricks or hard jumps or anything, because you don't need any of that. You just need to go through normal game progression. So at runoff, this is just after museum. Yes, this is just after museum. So you can go through this store, and then you either have a climbing path over to the button, or you can go the more normal route. Yeah, so you can, oh my goodness, I'm sorry for the frames, by the way, I don't know what's going on. So this blue pipe, if you grab onto it, stay on it, you can just walk across here, duck your head a bit, and you can either go in through these gaps here, or you can fall down and go through a door. Or, otherwise, you can just ignore all this and fall straight down. Now you're here, and there is a puzzle to activate this elevator, which you do not need to do. You can just grab this and climb all the way up. Along this bar. Then these guys should be climbable. Yeah, sometimes they're slippery though, so watch out for that. And then rotate, let go, stand up. In game stand up, like crouch or stand up. Then you could just walk over here. You're in either way. You're at this access area, hit this button, and then you can fall down. Oh, the frames. Oh, the frames. Anyway, you can take out these guys. You probably want to use an actual weapon instead of just punching them, but either way, up to you. Just go along here, over this ramp, over here, punch this guy in the face, and then up here, almost got him. By the way, you don't need to kill these guys, but it will be way more convenient for you. Just a little hop here. Then in this area, right, really? In this area here, you want to get over to that side. So you can either maneuver this into that gap, hop up, or you can unlink this guy from the weight, drag it over, and then hop over. Or you can do the speedrunner way and just run through here and jump. Run, jump, mount, and you're up here. So however you got here, just go upstairs. And you are here. So if you run through the beginning of this level, in the right time, you can go around here. This is the back way, and then you fall right down here. So pretty much the same game progression. Trying to think. Right. Sorry, I'm so used to speedrunning that remembering normal game progression will be an interesting challenge for me. Okay. For this series in general. Oh, you didn't die in one hit? That is so offensive. So, press each of these buttons once, and then these will light up. That'll unlock this door. Yeah, you'll want a tool for this, because you can go up here and break this glass. So, you'll want this lever down. You can also go over there through the locked door and activate that lever, activate that lever. But I like going the riskier route and climbing up here. Otherwise, you can just walk across, but be careful because there are still gaps in the bridge, even if you do flip all the levers down. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hip. And remember, all of these are climbable. And then down here. So however you got here, here you are. And you go through here. And don't worry about all these guys. Even though you can get in death cycles pretty easily with them, as I said. And demonstrated. So, let's do this again. Whoop. Okay. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. The other advantage of leaving this side of the bridge down, so you can climb up from here and here. Remember when you're climbing and mounting to crouch in game, then jump, grab this pipe. This pipe you can only grab once, which is strange to me, but yeah. Then turn around and make sure your feet are on it. Let go, stand up in game, and then you're good. Okay, so let me use a wrench this time. Hit, and there we go. Onward, game progression. Yeah, I guess we can go that way. Yeah. Really? Oh my goodness, yeah, there are a lot of guys here. So, a lot of guys down here too. Don't worry if it takes you a bit of time to get through here. It's also why I usually use the back way with the pipe jump, but that's fine. Okay, that's okay. Got through all them, and now we are in this area. Usually, not scene select. Usually I go backwards, so I'm up. You know what? Let me show you an easier way. Oh wow, those frames are rough. It's probably because of all the laser beams. There. Hope that doesn't impact my audio in any way. If so, I apologize. Okay, so after we're through here, there's this grate here. And you can just climb over this. Yeah, I think you can use this guy right here. Just climb up here. And then grip onto these. Crouch your legs in game. And then you're on this side. So you didn't have to go through the whole puzzle there. Now I usually jump over there That way I don't have to worry about these guys, but it's just a bit nicer. It's totally fine to just drop down here after breaking that lock. And then just slowly get your way through here. When I was first playing, this took me a while to get through. There. Okay. Remember, crouch behind cover if you want. Your head is really all that matters. Or all that you can control, that is. And then right down here is our shovel. All of that just to get here. Shovel is right there. And then we're pretty much done. All we need to do is go down a bit further and we'll be at a reclamation bin. Toss this in. The moment it hits the blue surface, the like blue mesh, you are good and that shovel is collected. Or any item really. Okay, through here, just grab on to one of these. Wait for the spinny blade of death. Remember to go left, that way you don't fall down. Okay, wait for this to pass. And then, reclamation bin. And that is the shovel. Okay, next one is Horror Axe. And this one, I can see why you didn't get this one. If, oh wow, that was a lot of lag. I'm sorry about that. This one is at the end of sewers, and it's in a hidden room on top of a bunch of barrels. So I can totally see why you missed this. If you did miss it, don't blame yourself at all. It is a really awkward and hidden place for it. And to my knowledge, you can't get it anywhere else in the game. Oof, those frames. So yeah, start down sewers. And then I believe you just go... Doesn't really matter if you go left or right here. But I remember that one way is faster. To go down. I think this is the longer way. Maybe. I mean, the longer way isn't that much longer.
Leave a way in.
Okay, so now you're at this area here. Just fall down. Night vision. You might want these night vision goggles that are over here. It's really dark. Let me orient you. So, when you fall down, you see like this way. Painted over there. To the right, if you head into the darkness over here, you'll see a couch with night vision goggles on them. You can grab those and put them on. That'll just make things easier for you. This can be a bit tough to grab onto and pull. And then you have to jump up here. This is the little maze. So it doesn't matter how you go through this yourself. I end up taking the long way there. Okay. But either way, come this place, open this up, be careful, because you can very easily fall over a side here. Then go past here. Try your best not to get taken out by that guy. You can jump over the corners here. I wouldn't recommend it, because it's very easy to have your footing messed up, and then issues happen. By the way, I broke that lock with my actual VR head. Otherwise, you can find a weapon and break it. It might take a couple of hits, and you might want to get rid of the enemies first, because they can be pretty annoying when you're trying to break locks normally. Okay, then we can go through here, because this is the shortcut down the pipe. Okay, and then Back here is a yellow key and a radio. Try not to die, as always. There's a purple key up there, if you're curious. So there's another way through, but this is the fastest way to get to the horror axe. Okay, take a right here, ignore these guys. Oh, don't take a right there. I am such a good guide. I am in 100% mode, apparently. It could be a bit tough to break this textureless lock here. There we go. And now, down here is where the horror axe actually is. And don't worry, you get funneled to this area anyway. Take the arrow, and then there's Crablet, and right in here. So, it will very likely fall on the ground, but it is right about there. So, it is very hard to see in here, especially without night vision goggles. It would be even tougher. You know what, I'll just let them do their thing. So, generally, it is on top of these barrels. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. So, oh my goodness, guy. You know what? You know what? You're slowing down my tutorial. There we go. Okay. So, it was right on top there. Let's go up and grab that. And always remember you can force grab stuff, which makes it easier than actually aligning your hand to grab an item. It's way easier to just force grab, and then all you need to do now is just throw it in the reclamation bin at the end. And that is your horror axe done. And like I said, I can't blame anyone for missing this. There you go. Okay, next in melee is the crowbar, this guy. And he has been giving me a bit of trouble since he isn't in museum. Let's see about... Pretty sure he is in runoff, actually. Because... Okay. So, I'm going to go to the location I think it is, using speedrunner tactics. If he is there, that's great, and I'll go there through normal game progression and such, which is the aim of this series. Because I don't just want to show you where every collectible is, because that's already out on YouTube. Instead, I want to show you the location and how to get there. All the way from main menu to where it is, and then to the reclamation bin. That way you don't get confused, and you don't have to worry about doing a bunch of mental gymnastics to figure out where the person may or may not be in whatever level. So we're going to run off, and yeah, let me just, oh, those frames. Apologies again for those. I did not get through that door, but that's fine. Just go through here. Those frames really killed any chances of that happening. Oh boy, that's rough. So, going onto this blue pipe, going over here as a backup. Press this button. The main thing is to get over to the white pipe. Again, apologies for the frames. Guess runoff just doesn't like frames. The enemies don't mind though, which is bit rough. Okay. So this pipe right here is a nice way to get around runoff. So I usually just climb up here. Remember to crouch in game, otherwise your legs will get in the way. Then mount up here. Okay. Yeah, this should be the right direction. So you can go back here. And yeah, this should put us exactly where we want to be. We'll have to do a tiny bit of backtracking, but this is the crowbar I absolutely know exists. It's in a little gully, or it's on top of a box near the what is that type of fence called? Anyway, going through this black building. And I should point out, if you don't already have the... Keep blanking on its name. Spear. Yeah, so spear is in that box right there. So if you don't have that collectible already, that's how you can get it. So let's just hop over here. Yeah, so let me do this the kind of speedrunner way first. Then I'll go at it through normal game progression. Yep, there's a crowbar. There's also one down there. But let me just hop up here. Barbed wire, that's what it's called. Barbed wire fence. Might as well keep it down. And then we can just hop back up here. And avoiding the wannabe combine soldiers. If I die here, that will be really embarrassing because there's a reclamation bin up here. Right over to my right. If I don't die first, okay. There we go. There is crowbar. Now let me show you that in a more normal game progression-y way. So you don't have to know fancy, or you don't have to do any fancy jumps. There might be a bit of climbing involved because I'm very pro climbing in this game. So just go through here. Forget about that. Go through this door. Go through this door. And then just fall down. Okay. Right here where this elevator comes down, you can climb these. So just climb all the way up here. Like I was doing last time actually, because I missed the door. Okay, yeah, if your hands get stuck, don't worry about it. Just make sure one of your hands is always attached to something, otherwise you might fall all the way back down. Then we're here and didn't have to go through all the puzzle. Now, just press this button. Go out here. And the frames will probably die on me, so apologies in advance. Did they not die this time? The frames, I mean. Because that would be interesting. These guys can be a bit of a pain to take care of. Okay, so now instead of using the pipe, going up there in the way that we did before, we can just go along here. Up here. This guy will come through a door, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, if he's gonna ignore me, I guess I don't mind. Yeah, you probably want to take out these guys because they will be in the way. Okay. So we want to get up and over there. So you can climb on these things. This is a bridge that you can activate, but if you leave it unactivated, it allows you to climb up here. Then I'm going to need you to make a little jump, like a good jump, and then grab onto that pipe. Like that. Then crouch over here, and then when you're sure that your feet are on this pipe, stand up in game, walk over very carefully, and you'll be over on this side. So this, I wonder if I should get a weapon. Actually, these block bullets, these trash can lids. So remember to protect your head. Get over here. And I died. It threw me all the way back here. Okay, well that's something to note, is that if you die there, sometimes it doesn't save your save position very well. That's good to know. Well, all we need to do is fall through here again and go through this runoff trench again. Climb the little thing again, make the jump again. And then I think we'll have to take out more of these guys instead of just running past all of them. Those two guys here that were bugging us didn't respawn, which is great. Which also means they won't respawn for you. Okay. And climb on all of these. Crouch, rotate, stand up. Jump, grab. You can't grab two hands on this pipe for some reason, so do be aware of that. Trash can lid didn't work out too well for me in my right hand, so let me try my offhand. Okay. I guess we could use guns. I'm just so used to 100%. Well, you want to keep all the ammo you can. Really? 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 Okay. Yeah, you can accidentally grab onto here when you're making a fist. So, that's why that was happening. And the little rolly ball. Anyway, I don't need to have a live commentary for combat here. Normally you'd use normal weapons, but I guess I'm in 100% mode. Oh, I'm back here again. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We just need to go down here. Fall through here. And all for a crowbar. Is there a crowbar here? I don't think so. That's okay. Now you see why I use the pipe jump. Because dealing with enemies in runoff is rough. At least without any guns. I admit that I could. Oh, I do have this guy. Probably should have used him. But yeah, with guns, combat with these range guys is a bit easier. But yeah, you can see by how many times I'm doing this that this is totally doable, but also you're learning that I have not learned. So let's save. That way we can just run through here. If we die, we'll just respawn over there. Punch to the face. Okay. Okay. Now, the place we wanted to get to anyway was back here. Just go around here, fall down here, and then try your best to get through these guys. I know when I first played Boneworks, this alleyway was a real pain because so many of these guys spawn. Don't worry though, they do not infinitely spawn. You can whittle them down one by one, and even if you die, they'll stay whittled down. But yeah, they like running away and they have range. They're probably the most dangerous enemies in the game, actually. In my opinion, of course. Wow, there are a lot of you. Okay. So, when you have this area cleared out, you can either go down to that door there, and there's a puzzle, or there's this little mesh area, and you can climb on the mesh, but it's a bit sketchy. It's better to climb on these I-beams because they have handholds everywhere. Then on these, try to grab onto them. The edges work better. Rotate around, remember to crouch, and then stand up. And then here we are. So now we're over here. There is a crowbar down there, or one right here. So now you might be saying, oh, well, why not go up there and put it in the reclamation bin right there? Because I might as well show you the other way. Can this break locks? It cannot. Not well, anyway. Let me use my head. And then go through this awful area. Okay. This place is also pretty terrible, so don't worry if you don't get through here without a few deaths your first time through, or your 50th time through for that matter. This area is just rough. So if you go down here where we found the shovel before, this is to the end of the level. Some zombies there. So, crowbar. Very Half-Life of us. Can just hop up here. If you fall down here, by the way, you'll have to... let me get a better view for this. You have to walk all the way over here until the sewage and rubbish gathers up over there. Then hop up right. You know what? Let me use the pointy part of this to explain. Then you go up there, all the way back there, and then there are a bunch of climbables back up top. It is a real pain. I apologize if you fall down there, because it is rough. There are 2 collectibles there, but we'll go through those at a later time. Right, the slicey thing. And get off on the green thing. Time it. Okay. So, there's also a reclamation bin here at the end of the level. And we can just put this in. There we go. Crowbar. Okay, we got the crowbar. Next is machete, which is super easy because it is in museum. So we don't have to go to any sort of weird level for this guy. We can just go right to museum, go through, hold the door open with a trash can, bring it back, reclaim it, and we're done. By the way, if you don't know, this series of mine is going through all collectibles in Boneworks, all 149, I believe, of them. And instead of just showing you where they are and then edit, done, I'm going to show you from the main menu and all the way to each location of each collectible and reclaiming them as well. That way you don't get lost, confused, or just kind of annoyed trying to figure out, oh, sorry for the frames there. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, getting confused or having to wonder or backtrack where the person is in the video to where they are in the level, it's a real pain. So instead, you can just follow me to each location. Also, I'll generally have a speedrunner way to get somewhere, and then a more normal progression way to get somewhere. In this case, it's museum, so they're pretty much the same. But that way, if you're feeling more adventurous, you can try the faster speedrunner way. Or if you just want to get the collectible, you can go the normal route that I show you. But again, that's not the case in this one. That didn't raise up. Okay. I'll just go the other way. Okay. Jump. And then there's this little ledge here, where if you're careful, you can just run over here. Right to the button. Okay. So, if you're collecting anything in a museum, remember to grab this trash can and put it right there. That way, when you trigger this gate, the store closes. And again, sorry for the frames. I have no idea what my computer is thinking. Usually it's pretty good. Anyway, machete is right here. So, all we need to do is go back, dump it in, and we'll be done. So just duck under here. And as soon as it hits these little blue mesh, then it is collected and you're good. Okay, next one is pipe. I'm doing all of the melee items in Boneworks and showing you how to get there from the main menu. That way you don't have to do any guessing about where I am in the level or how to get there. Instead, I just show you the way. So pipe can be found in a lot of levels, but the easiest one by far is museum, because it's just on a table with a bunch of other items. And if you don't know, you can keep the door that closes behind you to the door that goes to the gun range in museum. You can keep that door from closing with a trash can, which allows you to reclaim all the stuff in museum. So you can go this way, and I usually run up here, but you can also take the orange rope up. By the way, the cup and basketball are here as well, if you don't have those. The cup is destructible though. And it won't be reclaimed if it's destroyed. So be sure to be careful with the cup if you're reclaiming those. And don't worry, I'll do a video on both of those as well. Just might as well mention it. Oh, Sledgehammer's here. That's funny. I can get pretty tunnel vision sometimes. There are a lot of ways up to this button here. Either you can take the elevator down and then lock into place, and then it has a nice little walkway for you, or you can go this way. Actually, there are a lot of different ways, as I just said. But this is the one, it's kind of the easiest for me. Right onto the button, up here. Little seesaw here. And right there is your reclamation bin, which you probably know if you're watching this. But the key thing is to take this trash can, keep it on this line, that way, it stops it. I believe you can get back there other ways, like dying in a fan. But let's see, we are doing pipe. And as you can see, there are a lot of items here. So this is your pipe. All we need to do is just run back and reclaim it. It's as easy as that. Whoop. Duck in game. And once it hits that blue mesh, it's reclaimed and you're good. Okay, now we are going on to Baby Hammer. So, there are a couple of places I know of that has Baby Hammer, but I am actually going to go to Central Station because Baby Hammer is in a kind of out of the way secret room in Central Station, and it's pretty near the entrance of the level. By the way, if you're new to this series, what I am planning to do is go through all 140 some collectibles in Boneworks, but not just show you where they are, but actually take you step for step all the way to each collectible's location and to the reclamation bin. That way you don't have to worry about being confused or wondering how to get somewhere. And this lock can be broken by your head by just sticking your head through the bars, or you can grab an actual weapon or item and break it from there. So now we're back here, and we can go up these stairs. Press this, ignore these guys. Dump out the trash can.
The reset is a beacon. Monogon will locate you within minutes.
Grab this red key.
What can you accomplish in minutes?
And then you can hop back down.
You aren't
And yeah, I guess you can climb up here. So put that in your inventory.
Leave a way in. You can't keep this for yourself. This is all
up here. And then red key, button. And then it's a bit dark, so I hope you can see. Down here, in this little crate, is Baby Hammer. So, now all we need to do is get to the end of the level and put in a reclamation bin. So, the easiest way is to go on this guy, run over a zombie apparently. that was interesting. I didn't mean to fall off there. So, these little stairs here, obviously this quarantine thing. So if you jump and grab onto these lights, go forward as you're jumping, then you can climb up to here. Then if you're careful, you can grab onto this metal bar, swing around, and then go this way. If you've been in the level before, you probably went through those double doors. But this is also a totally viable way. Press this red button, hop back down, and then all you need to do is just... oh my goodness. All you need to do is just jump back on here. It'll automatically go forward for you. Then you just have to wait. till you get to the other side. You can run along this, but it's just faster to use this little trolley guy. Quarantine doors open. And the jump is coming up here, so you can either go up that way and over to a train, or you can just time a jump and get inside and hopefully not die. Okay, open that door, open this door, hop down. Those enemies don't tend to follow you outside the train. Yeah, he's having troubles. So now, to get through this door, you just need this battery. In there, up, and then we can fast track our way to the end of the level. If we're lucky, this guy won't shoot at us. Wait for a green light to pass over. Go here. Try not to get shot by those guys. Use both hands to pry this vent off. Walk through here. Jump into this vent. Try not to die. And here is your reclamation bin. And here is your baby hammer. Once it hits the blue mesh, you're good. And that is all. Okay, next, past baby hammer is just normal hammer. I would be kind of surprised if you don't have this one already, because it is in a lot of levels, but don't worry if you don't, it's really easy. Just go into museum, go all the way to the end, make sure that you use a trash can to prop the door open to the reclamation bin, and then reclaim it. And I am going to show you all that, but just in case you just wanted to know where it was, there you go. And by the way, that's what this series is. Instead of just showing you where every collectible is in the game, because videos already exist for that, in this series I'm going to be guiding you all the way from the main menu to each collectible's location and then to the reclamation bin. That way you don't have to worry about getting confused or lost or wondering if you can even get to the location. Because some places require tough jumps, or odd climbs, or even hidden rooms. So instead of making you do the guesswork, I'm going to show you all the way from the main menu to each collectible's location, all 149, I believe, of them. So it's going to be a long series. By the way, if you're curious just about where every single collectible is all the way through, I have done a 100% run on the channel all in one day. Yeah, that went up this time. Anyway, all in one day. So if you're curious and interested, go ahead and watch that. Otherwise, there are honestly a lot of good supercuts on YouTube just showing the locations of each collectible. So if that's all you're looking for, go ahead and look at those, because this will be a bit longer. So make sure you take the trash can here, make sure it's in this line, and it will stop this guy from going all the way down, so you can climb back under it and reclaim anything in this space. So right here is your normal hammer. So all you need to do is go back under here, and the moment that any collectible hits the blue mesh, you're done, you're good, it is collected. And there we go. Okay, the next one is the frying pan. So the frying pan is normally found in sewers, but it is also a museum. So, if you don't have this one already, I totally don't blame you, but it will be super easy to reclaim. This series, if you didn't know, is going through all 149 or so. I forget the exact number, but 140 some collectibles in Boneworks, and showing you exactly how to get them, where to find them, and how to reclaim them as well. That is where a reclamation bin is in the level, and showing you everything you need to get to that location and get back. Because a lot of videos nowadays, if not nearly all of them, on Boneworks show you where all of the collectibles are, but they edit out the parts where they go there and go back. In my case, I'm going to show you everything you need to get to a place and then get back, so that you don't have any guesswork and you don't have to worry about getting lost. At least if I'm doing a good job. So, I am hopping through museum a bit quickly because I'm used to speedrunning this. But it really doesn't matter how you get to the end of the level. It just matters that you keep a trash can underneath the gate, which I will show you, don't worry. But that is really the thing that matters. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I get this jump first try, sometimes it takes me a bit. Okay. Right there. And up here by the save station, little seesaw here. And your reclamation bin is right there. So, normally when you're playing the game, this gate closes behind you. But if you take a trash can, put it right here, that falls, you'll be good, and you can climb underneath. So, we are looking for the frying pan, which is right here. As I said, this can be found in sewers as well in a secret room, but I think this is just way easier to get to. So just crouching game underneath there, and then the moment that this pan hits the blue mesh, it is collected and you are good. Okay, the next one in Melee is the combat knife. Now, you can get this knife in multiple places in Boneworks, but the place I like to go to for knives is Tower, because there's a nice little tower shop that has 3 different kinds of knives, and this is one of them. Instead of having to remember where a knife location is in any of the other levels, they're just all right here. Tower is a bit tough to get through, but I feel like it's worth it. And don't worry, it's tough, but it's not super tough to get through. So in this room and tower, just go out here. Ignore these guys as much as you can. If they are annoying you though, then feel free to take them out. Go around here. Green key. So for that green key, you can just go over here. And if you see Geometry Store, Concrete Cafe, right in this room is the green key. So you can either get the blue key from the fountain and just walk up normally, or you can do this. So if you mount up or jump up on here, Then go over here. This is all climbable, so you can just jump, grab, then climb up here. Remember to crouch in game, that way you can mount up on here, and then just jump over here. And if you don't quite get it, then you can have your arms out and kind of catch yourself. So this is the red key down here. There you go. And here is the green key, if I can get it. Okay, in this little collection area here. Then all you need is to go back over to the main area that we were just at. And you can get up here however you like. I just like jumping because I'm a speedrunner, I guess. Okay. There is a reclamation bin here, so I think we'll be using that to reclaim the combat knife. Okay. This little area is a bit tough, so don't worry if you need to thin the herd here a bit. Okay, and this is the knife area. So you have 3 different kinds of knives. If you don't have the kitchen knife, here it is. But we are here for the combat knife, this little jagged guy. So let me just, might as well just carry it all the way back to the reclamation bin. Back down here. And once this knife hits the blue mesh, it is collected. And if you're curious, a lot of videos are out there that show you every collectible in Boneworks, but this series is showing you all the way from the main menu to the location and then back to your reclamation bin. That way you don't get confused, don't have to worry about figuring out where the person is in the video in the game or anything like that. And that is combat knife. Okay, next in melee is the cleaver. So this is in a lot of places, but actually I am going to go to sewers for this one because I absolutely know it's there. If you're curious why I am going all the way through the level to the cleaver instead of just cutting forward to where I find the cleaver, is because that's what this series is about. It's showing you all the way from the main menu to each collectible in the game.
You're heading to the tower to reset. I've been obsessing over the possibility for weeks, and you acted on it first.
Wow, that lower tape is very loud.
You were the only one who saw it.
Oh my goodness, you can still hear it. Anyway, all the way to each collectible, that way you don't have to worry about being distracted. I'm the one who's distracted. You don't have to worry about being confused or wondering where someone is in a level. So, that might have been a bit fast for you. If you go through sewers, you'll find this little swinging bridge. Just drop down, and when you drop down, look to your right, kind of head into the darkness there, and you'll see this red couch or sofa, and you can grab the night vision goggles and put them on your head. You don't need them per se in sewers, but it is rather nice. So you can just grab this open, and then remember to jump to get into this pipe. This is a bit of a maze, but if you just go here, here, and over there, and we're through. Be careful when you're going through the end of the maze. because you can end up running off and falling into the pit in the center. So just go along here. Try not to die to anyone, especially this blue throwy zombie guy. Around here. Around here. And I will break the lock with my head. Yep, like that. But you can use a normal tool to break locks. That one is black and doesn't have a texture, so it can be hard to see without the night vision goggles. This middle way is the shortcut. Down this pipe. And we are pretty close to the cleaver now. So at the back here, actually, okay, we're up here now. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to make any of you do the horrible pipe climb. So we're going to use the yellow key. There is a purple key up here, which leads you right to where the cleavers are. But let's go through the yellow way instead. So go through this door. And then there'll be a stack of boxes here. You can pull out of the way. Yes. Yes. A lot of zombies here, so they can be kind of annoying. Let's pull all of these boxes out of the way. Oh my goodness. Norman, just don't. Thank you. Okay, so all you need to do is crouch, find this little thing, this little pallet that's on, pull that out, and you'll see behind it is a little room. So if you mount up on here, then crouch, or just do that. But yeah, if you mount up here, then you can go through this little secret area into this secret area with all the melons. Then all you need to do is find this daylight area, and there's Cleaver. And once this touches the blue mesh, it has been collected. Okay, the next one is the kitchen knife, which is in Tower in the knife shop. So in this series, I am going to be showing you all collectibles in Boneworks, but instead of just cutting directly to where each collectible is in the game, I'm going to show you from the main menu all the way to the item's location and then to the reclamation bin. That way you don't have to worry about figuring out where I am in the video and can just follow along. So you can go through that door and then go over to Concrete Cafe in this middle area, or Geometry Store. So right up through here, because the green key you're going to need is in there. So you can climb up on here. You can either use the blue key to go through that door from the fountain, or you can go up on here, jump, grab this little beam here. Make sure your knees are, or make sure you're crouching in game when you try to mount on here. Then standing here, you can just jump over it here, red key, then hop back down, red key right here, green key. By the way, this monkey guy is also a collectible, so if you don't have him yet, there's where you can find him. You can also find him in streets, but you can find him in that little store as well. He doesn't really seem like a collectible, so at least not to me, so just thought I'd mention it. Okay. Get back up here however you'd like. Green key. Then up here. So this is the reclamation bin we'll be using. But first you have to get through this alleyway, which can be pretty rough. So you might want to thin out these guys. That way you don't get in a death loop, because that is always annoying. Okay, and here is the knife shop. So there are 3 types of knives, and this middle one is the one we're going for, the kitchen knife. So all we have to do is run back, drop this in, and the moment that this collectible hits, or any collectible, hits the blue mesh, you have collected it. So there we go. Okay, the next item in melee is the fire axe. So this one is really easy to find in warehouse. And I don't blame you if you didn't get this one, but it is in a fair few of the story levels. But I totally don't blame you if you did miss it. And these are super loud. So I am going to smash all the TVs. So you can go around this way, where it says no trespassing, and just, oh, sorry for the frames, everyone. You can just grab this fence and climb over it. And right here is your fireman axe. So you can just put that away. And you can also climb up here. And a nice way to get to the second half of this small level is just go up here and then do a big jump up to here. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, it's more of a pain. So that jump I did there, I crouched in the game, but I also crouched a bit in real life, and then jumped in real life in sync with jumping in the game. So just crouch a bit and then up. And make sure your hands are forward, and you can just, what I like to call, mount up on top of things. Otherwise, it's a bit more of a pain to get to this other half, but either way, now that you're on this other half, we can go back here into this secret area, go past these crates, hop up this ladder, or climb up this ladder to the roof here. Then climb over the chain link fence, rotate around, let go, drop down, and now we're in the last part of this level. So this little area, it's very easy to die, but might be able to get reclaimed. Okay, the next melee we're going to is the baton. So I can't blame you if you don't have this collectible already. We're heading sewers, and you're going to need some ammo because this unfortunately is an RNG dependent collectible. So go over here, and there are these 2 gift boxes. And that is where they are. Where the baton can spawn, that is. Okay. So just use the vending machine, break the boxes open. We were very lucky and got a baton that time. Nice. So, now we just need to reclaim it. And all we need to do for that is to go through the level. So, speaking of, the reason why I'm doing this series is to show you every single collectible in the game. Smashing TVs as well. And not only showing you just where they are in the game, but leading you from the main menu to each collectible to each reclamation bin. That way you don't have to worry about where I am in the game, or getting lost, or confused or anything like that, hopefully. On the right here, down there, if you head into this darkness, you'll find a night vision goggle set. Then open this. You don't need the night vision goggles, but they do make things easier to see, as you might imagine. A lot of locks don't have textures in this level, so it can be tough to know whether or not you need to break a lock or not without the night vision goggles. Make sure you don't run off too quickly here, or you might fall into the giant abyss in the middle here. Try not to die like that Nolman just did. And then here's one of those textureless locks I was talking about. You can break it any way you like, but I use my in-game head. Whoa, whoa, I almost fell there. Anyway, go across this bridge, which usually doesn't give me any issue. Over here, through the shortcut to this pipe. There is a yellow key back here, which is all you need. Sorry about the frames. Oh, actually, yellow key right there. Go through here and then left at the bottom of these stairs. There is a textureless lock here as well, which you can break with your head or any other weapon. Just go down through here, make a left, then just follow the arrows to the end of the level. There is one last little ambush here, so be careful not to die. And here is the reclamation bin. So here's the baton, and the moment that it hits these blue mesh, it has been collected. There we go. Okay, the next melee weapon is the normal baseball bat. This one's really easy because we can just go to museum for this one. So, most YouTube videos about Boneworks collectibles just show you where the collectible is, they cut it together, and that's it. The problem is that if you haven't memorized the entire game, it can be difficult to find where the YouTuber is talking about in the game. So instead, what this series is is me guiding you all the way from the main menu to where each collectible is, and then to the reclamation bin. That way you don't have to worry about being confused or doing any mental gymnastics to figure out where the video or the person playing in the video is. Another fun fact, or a fun fact, about the normal baseball bat is that it is a reference to Stress Level Zero's other game. I forget its name. Duck Season? Duck Season, I believe. So there's a lot of writing and signatures on there from that game. Same thing with the baseball, by the way. And if you don't have the baseball, it's RNG dependent. It's also a museum, and it's in a little box behind the counter at the end of the level. So, doesn't matter how you get up to that button, but I go this way. Okay. Then the little seesaw here. And your reclamation bin is right here. Just be sure to place a trash can, this guy, right here, to keep this gate from closing on you. So now it stops there, and you can crawl back underneath to reclaim any items in museum. So the baseball bat is right here. If I can grab it. So see all these signatures? There you go. I think there are more on the spiked bat, but definitely a few here, and a nice little Stress Level Zero logo. Either way, the moment that the baseball bat touches this blue mesh, you have collected it and you're good. Okay, the next melee collectible is the spiked bat. So this guy is in sewers, and I really can't blame you if you missed it. It's up in a hidden area that you have to make this weird jump and climb to get to. So I'm going to show you how to get there, how to get up there, and how to, that is, show you all the way to the reclamation bin. Because a lot
You're heading to the
of videos only edit together where items are in Boneworks, and that's it. Instead, going to break? Okay. Instead, what I do in this series is show you every single collectible, but where it is all the way from the main menu to where the collectible is to the reclamation bin. So you don't need night vision goggles, but if you jump off here, walk into darkness a bit, on this red sofa, you'll find the night vision goggles, which can be nice in this very dark level. This gate can be a bit tough to open sometimes, and you have to jump up here. But now you're in this maze, and it doesn't matter how you get out, but I like going this way, and a left and a right, and we're out. So, right here, once you open this door, instead of going right normally, look to the left, and you'll see this platform. This is where we want to be, and this is the only way I know of to get up there. There is some kind of ladder there, but this is the way that I use. So this is a tough jump. I got it. Okay, so what you need to do is do your best not to jump off to the rope. Instead, try and just walk off the platform and hope to goodness that you grab the rope with one of your hands. Then climb it up here. Do not worry about the crablet because you don't want to fall down the hole and die. So just toss it over. And then right here is the spiked bat. So I didn't bring a weapon with me. So let me just open it. There we go, spiked bat. Unfortunately, it's not that great of a weapon because it gets stuck in enemies a lot. And I do not like weapons that get stuck in enemies because it's easy to lose them or get swarmed by enemies, and then your weapon gets stuck and it becomes effectively useless against the other enemies in the swarm. But it is a pretty decent weapon. Even though I wouldn't recommend it in like arena or something. If you are curious what you should use in arena, go with the katana. It's a bit tough to find, but it's on the roof and time tower. And it has really good cutting ability and does not get stuck in enemies like the spiked bat does. So we're just running to the end of the level because there is only one reclamation bin in this one. There's a untextured lock here, so I'm just going to use my in-game head to open it. Then you go left here, follow the arrows, and we will be at the reclamation bin. There is one last little ambush here, so try your best not to die. Go through the store, and here is the reclamation bin. So let's get out our spiked bat, and the moment that the bat hits this blue mesh, you have collected it. So there we go. Okay, the last melee item is the normal one-handed axe, the blue one, and I am just going to go to a museum for this. You can find this axe in a lot of places, including streets, but I feel like if an item is in a museum, might as well get it there. You might be wondering why I'm bringing you along on this journey through a museum and not just cutting to it. Well, that is the whole idea of this series. Instead of just cutting together where an item is, which already exists on YouTube, and they do a really good job of it, I am bringing you all the way from the main menu, through the level, to the collectible, and then back to a reclamation bin. That way you can just follow along and don't have to worry about figuring out where the person making the video is in the level, or even which level it is. This way you can just follow along and be pretty well guaranteed to find it. Also, since I speedrun this game a lot, I will be going through levels through routing that I'm more familiar with and used to, but it doesn't matter for a museum how you get to the end, just that you get there. So don't worry if you can't make these crazy jumps or whatever. in Boneworks, there's usually at least 3 distinct solutions to each puzzle. So, if you can't do one, don't worry. You can probably do at least one other. With how much difficulty and training and focus and all that. So, here is your reclamation bin for a museum. Take this trash can, put it on this line. That way, the skate stops and you can crawl under it. So here are most of the collectibles in the game. Well, the largest collection of collectibles in the game. And here is our one-handed axe. So now all we need to do is go back through. And the moment that this guy touches the blue mesh, it has been collected. Like that.